How are you? All right. This is a live video I'm doing on my YouTube on an immigration opportunity in Canada. In today's video, we're going to talk about Yukon, the territory of Yukon. So just stick with me as I walk you through this immigration opportunity. There are so many immigration opportunities in Canada, and my hope is to do my research and bring you each and every one of them so that you can take advantage of the one that works for you. Okay. All right. So some people might be wondering, Yukon, where is this place? Yukon is one of the provinces in Canada, and what do we know about Yukon? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Yukon. Yukon is actually the smallest and cities, okay, or the smallest of the three territories in Canada. Now, Canada has 10 provinces. 10 provinces, okay? The provinces are like the states within a country, the different states within a country. So Canada has 10 provinces. And aside from the 10 provinces, they have additional territories, three territories. These territories are normally isolated from the 10 provinces, so it is a remote area within the northern part of Canada. Yukon is in the northern part of Canada, but to the west, the northern side of Canada, but to the west. So you can say westernmost part of Canada, but to the north as well. All right, it has a small population of all the three territories in Canada. The population of Yukon is estimated to be about 40,000 people. That is very, very small. Basically, 40,000 is like the size of my city where I live. Do you see that? So it's pretty small. Yukon is a territory on its own. It's not a province, it's a territory. It's isolated, northwestern part of Canada. And the population there is about 40,000. What do we also know about the other territories? We also have another territory. We have the Northwest Territories, and we also have Nunavut. Okay, we have Nunavut, which is another territory. Yukon is just one of the three territories, and the population there is about 40,000. All right. Um, Yukon is also known for its weather. The weather in Yukon is not the best. It can be very, very cold just because it is in the north of Canada. It can be pretty cold, and it's also in the western side, so you can imagine the weather there, right? The average weather there in winter could be anything from 35 degrees to minus 35 degrees to about minus 40 plus thereabout. In Ontario, which is the province I live in, our average weather here is about minus 15, worst case scenario, minus 18, minus 21 here about, right? So Yukon is a little bit more colder. It's harsher. They have longer winter and shorter daylight. So their daylight is short, meaning you don't get to see a lot of sunshine. They have a longer stretch of night, and also the winter can be a bit stretching. How about cost of living in Yukon? Cost of living is both on the high side and also affordable on some areas. So because it's a remote area, meaning that it's a little bit cut off from the mainland of Canada to the northern part, delivering of goods and services to these places can be a little bit difficult with trucks. So cost of living can be a little bit on the high side for some consumables, right? But when it comes to accommodation, accommodation is fairly cheap if you compare to other provinces or cities in Canada. So accommodation can be cheaper, but general goods and services can be a bit expensive. Now, because of this, their wage seems to be on the high side. In other words, their wage for most jobs could be higher than what you would have gotten if you were doing the same job in other provinces. The minimum wage is almost the same. It's about $15, $14 thereabout. But the truth is, most jobs there in Yukon pay more than other places in Canada for the same thing, right? I have personally gone to some of their job websites in Yukon, and I've seen some of their jobs in $30, $35, $40, Of course, they have jobs within the $18 mark thereabout, but the truth is, these jobs there are paying a bit more than some of the jobs we see in other provinces like Ontario and other places as well. Okay, now mind you as well, the territory is pretty small. It's about 40,000 people. So we don't have that huge traffic of people there. If you're going there, most likely it will be for two things. One, for permanent residence or work permit related stuff or job, or it could just be because you're just going there to just seek your immigration way out and stuff like that. Normally, it's not a place that somebody will say, I'm migrating to Canada and I wanted to just go and live there. Okay. So that is it about the Yukon there. We talked about Yukon. We talked about the population there, the weather as share home government of Yukon. It is yukon.ca, and Yukon is spelled Yukon. Yukon, yukon.ca. You'll find a lot of information there on this particular territory in Canada that I'm talking about. I have never been there. I don't know. I've never been there. I live in Canada, but I've never been there. Who knows? In the future, I may go there. Now, the largest of their cities or their communities there is called Whitehorse. Whitehorse is the biggest of their communities there. All right, Whitehorse. Okay, and they also speak English. They speak French, and yeah. So basically, that is it about Yukon. Let me go straight to the immigration program that brought me to Yukon in terms of talking about Yukon. So they also have their own immigration program. Some of them are partnerships with the federal immigration, and then the essence is to drive the economy of the Yukon to bring more people there so that more people can be able to help build their economy, because it's pretty remote. It's difficult for people to go there. Like I said, many people wouldn't wake up and say they are going there just for lifestyle, right? If people are going there, it's mainly for work and mainly for immigration purposes. So who knows? If this helps you, please go ahead and use it. Okay, it's a small place, so it might not be generating a lot of traffic, but give it a try. You don't lose anything by trying at all, right? So give it a try. Let's go into the Yukon Community Pilot. What is this about? The Yukon Community Pilot is a federal and territorial program, which means that it is a partnership between the federal government of Canada and the territory of Yukon to create this program. It was launched in 2020 and is supposed to run for 3 years. So from 2020 to 2023, that is the pilot duration for this program. All right, so it's going to be running for 3 years. Started last year and it's still running, and it is running for the next 2 more years. It ends in 2023. What is this program about? So basically, this program is meant to drive the economy of Yukon by bringing in more people to live there and work and support the economy. Okay. Um, and how does it work? The community pilot program for Yukon, how does it work? So the way this works is this. First, they are going to give you, I want to share a bit of my screen so you can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so let me share my screen. All right. So this is the Yukon community uh, pilot program, YCP. That short form is YCP. What is this about? This is basically a new stream under their Yukon nominee program, which is basically a provincial nominee, a territorial nominee program, similar to the Saskatchewan nominee program and Alberta nominee program that I talked about for getting permanent residency. It was launched in 2020 and it's supposed to run to 2023. But the way it works is slightly different from the other provinces and how they do this, okay? Um, if it says that if you have a valid nomination for permanent residence from Yukon, you may be eligible for a 2-year location restricted open work permit under the YCP. So basically, if somebody has received a nomination and has been nominated by the territory of Yukon to apply for permanent residence, that person can apply straight for a work permit whilst they are also working on the application. And then the IRCC will issue this person an open work permit to move into Yukon to work. Okay. Now, notice the key words here. They are saying that this work permit could be for 2 years, and it is location restricted. What does it mean? It simply means you can only work within the location of Yukon. You cannot work in any other place. You cannot just get that work permit and try to use it to work in, say, Ontario or Alberta. You have to actually work in Yukon. Not only that, let's talk about their work permit. So all you need to know about the work permit, do not worry about the links. I will be sharing the links. I'll be leaving the links in the comment description section so that you guys can do a bit more reading yourself, okay? Now, all right. So what is it about their work permit, the open work permit? Remember, this work permit is unique. We said it is location restricted, meaning you can only work in Yukon. However, it is an open work permit. What is an open work permit? A work permit that allows you to work for different employers. You don't you don't have to work with one employer alone with that work permit. You can work with different employers, but it must be within Yukon. Now, this work permit lets you work for up to 3 different employers in one of the participating Yukon communities. It is also valid for 2 years. You don't need a labor market impact assessment. What is a labor market impact assessment? It is basically a letter or a document that has to be submitted by your employer in Yukon to the official immigration, telling them that, you know what, we are giving this job to our people from outside of Canada, foreigners, from Africa, from any part of the world, because we could not find people within Yukon to do this job. We could not find Canadians to do this job. That's what we call the labor market impact assessment document. It is basically a document that is meant to protect people in Canada so that they get a job first instead of foreigners. Now, this requirement here is saying that the employer, does not have to worry about providing a labor market impact assessment. Basically, the employer can go ahead and just hire a foreigner straightforward and will not need to explain why they're doing that because the requirement says so. Now, Yukon is also made up of communities, just like provinces are made up of cities, okay? Yukon is made up of communities. I'm going to say this again. Provinces are mostly made up of cities, but Yukon is made up of communities. Their communities are almost like their cities. Now, some of their communities are participating in this program. Their names are here. Whitehorse, which is the largest of their communities. Watson Lake, which is another community. Dawson City, Haynes Junction, Carmax, Carcross. These 7 communities are participating in the program. This communities are participating in the program. There are actually 6. If I count them, there are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are all participating in the program. So if you are getting a job, you need to make sure that the job is located within these communities. Why is it important? Because these are the communities that are participating in the program. If you go and choose a community or get a job in a community which is not here, you will not be eligible for the work permit. Okay. All right. Now let me go ahead and then check out the requirements. So the work permit, this is it. To qualify for the work permit, you must have 2 or 3 eligible job offers. You must have signed a letter of support from the government of Yukon. You must have met the general requirement for a work permit. And then the job offers are there. They must all be within the same participating community. They must add up to at least 30 hours of work a week. Basically, a full-time job. That's what I mean here. A full-time is from 30 to 40 hours or 30 or plus 30. They must be non-seasonal, meaning that this is not a job you are doing for just a certain season and then after that you become unemployed. It must be a job that you are basically doing for the whole of the year and it's constant. You don't have to get out of work. All right. So you can't just go and say, you know what, my work is only done in the summer. After summer, I have no job. They mean we need to have a full-time job, which is all year around. All right. And the final one, the wage must also meet the Canadian wage standard. You cannot pay people less than the wage. That's what they mean here. You must also have some experience to show you can do this job or jobs. Documents you need. I'm going to go over this, guys. I'm just reading them so I can explain. A copy of the nomination letter from the government of Yukon, confirming that you've been nominated to apply for permanent residence. A signed letter of support from the government of Yukon stating that the employers who are offering you the jobs need you to work in the community as soon as possible. That the job offers are genuine, the details of the job offers, including the names of the employer, their occupation, the number of hours they're going to be offering you, and the location of the job, how to apply, and then the link is there. You can start by checking, filling the box here, and then it begins to just help you to apply right away. So these things I just read, what do they mean? Let me just go over the requirements here. So basically, you are trying to become a permanent resident in Yukon. However, whilst you are working on your application, this option of the community pilot program from Yukon allows you to acquire a work permit, which allows you to work only within Yukon in one of the 6 communities in question. Now, what kind of job do you need? They're saying that you need to have at least 2 or 3 jobs. I think this part here is going to be where a lot of people are going to be stressing about. 2 or 3 jobs. I thought select one community that you want, or make sure that you are finding a job within one community. The jobs could be either 2 jobs where you are working here and you are working there. It could be part-time in one of the places, one of the companies, another part-time in the other place. But overall, in a week, if you add all your hours, the hours must be around 30 hours a week. I'm going to take this back again. The jobs you are getting, even if they don't give you 40 hours a week, 30 hours a week, so long as you can add all the hours together in a week per the offer of the employment letter or the details, and you can confirm that the 2 jobs that you have gotten so far within the same community or within the same city in Yukon, the hours there is a minimum of 30 hours in a week, you are eligible. Because 30 hours here per the requirement here is equal to what we call a full-time job. I'm going to take this again. You can get a job offer from company A. Maybe they offered you 20 hours. You can get a job offer from company B. Maybe they offered you 15 hours. And they must all be from the same community. So maybe they are from Carcross or they are from Dawson City. The most important thing is that the jobs must be from the same community. You cannot get a job in Carcross and then you can get another job in Carmack, and then you try to combine the two to say you have made the 2 to 3 jobs. Basically, they have to be in the same community. It doesn't matter. You can go and apply to all the communities, but when you finish getting your jobs, make sure that you narrow them down to just one community, and at least you have about 2 or 3 jobs. Somebody may ask a question. So what if I get only one company and then they offer me all the 30 hours? Can I still apply? Well, per the requirement here, it has to be 2 or 3 jobs. That is why I'm saying that it would have been much easier if they just said one job instead of 2 or 3 jobs. So I recommend that you go ahead and try and get another job within the same community to make it to you. Remember, if you get more than 30 hours, it's not bad at all. It simply means you're going to be working more than 30 hours in a week, right? So that is a requirement. They didn't say one. So I would say try and make sure you get 2 or 3 jobs. At least 2 jobs is better within the same um, community or within the same city. Now, somebody can also ask a question. So, does it mean if I'm applying for jobs in Carcross, I should not be able to apply for jobs in Whitehorse? No, that's not what they're saying. If I am doing this, I personally will apply to almost jobs in almost all the communities here. And then when I get the offer of employment, I will narrow them down to say which community do I want to select. In other words, I don't mind applying to 10 jobs here, 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 10 jobs here. Because you never know which one is going to give you the job, right? You don't know. You're just trying. Now, when they give you the job, you can now decide to select which community you want to go with and say, you know what, I want to go with this community. So I'm going to select this company rather and respond to them and say, I want to work with them. Do you see what I mean? So don't limit yourself when it comes to the application for the jobs. Target all the communities. But when they give you the offer, narrow your search down to your preferred community or preferred city so you can be able to use that to apply. Okay. All right. The job must also not be seasonal. I explained that. What is a seasonal job? Jobs that you do within a certain season, and after that, you are out of job. It doesn't have to be a seasonal job. It must be something that will be all year round. Okay. Okay. Remember, the combined hours should not be less than 30 hours because that is what we call full time. All right. Then, what are the other things here? Basically, the job has to be legit. So you want making sure that you actually applying for jobs on the official website. I'm going to leave the links to all the official websites. Some of them are officially within Yukon. These are known websites. I'm going to leave all the links there so that you guys can easily go to this website to apply for the jobs within Yukon. Some of them will also be jobbank.gc.ca. Do not worry at all if you're watching this video. The links are going to be available. I promise you, I'm going to leave all the links to the jobs websites so you can apply. All right. Basically, if you are using a legit website, there is a chance that the jobs are all going to be legit. If you use websites that are not recognized, there is a chance that you may get fraudsters posting wrong jobs there too. So please use the links that I will be sharing at the end of this. Now, when you apply for the work permit, basically you are applying to tell them that, you know what, I intend to become a permanent resident in Yukon. I've gotten a nomination letter from the territory of Yukon, and ahead of that, whilst applying for that, I want to be able to get the 2 year work permit to allow me to move to Yukon to even begin working ahead of my permanent resident application. Now, let me see if I can just give me 1 second here. All right. The interesting thing about this work permit is this, guys. Your spouse is also eligible for the work permit. Your spouse is eligible. So if you're applying for yourself only, if you are married or you have a spouse, husband or wife, you can include them so that they can also get an open work permit. You can apply as a main applicant, but if you include your wife and your wife also applies for the same work permit, not to come and do the work, your wife is coming on your ticket, or your husband is coming on your ticket. You, the main applicant, you are the one who is supposed to get a job. But by virtue of you applying for it and you having a spouse, you can include that your spouse is coming along with you. Your spouse will also be given an open work permit, except that the work permit of your spouse who is accompanying you will be restricted to the same Yukon, so that your spouse cannot come to Canada and then move to a different province. They want your spouse to stay within the same Yukon, all right? So your spouse can also be issued a location restricted open work permit. When your spouse arrives, they now can find their own job and do to also support you, the main applicant. Now, I must say that Yukon is not a big place. So there is a chance that people are going to say, you know what, it's not a big place, not with millions of people. Why should I go there? All I say is this, guys, you never know which one will work for you. If it's all about immigration, when you get these opportunities, try all of them and see which one is going to help you. And go in, okay, Kenneth, you're watching from the UK. Thank you so much for watching. I just read your message. All right, guys, that is it about the Yukon Community Program. The key thing here is this, guys. You need to have a nomination letter from the Yukon territory. I'm going to share the link so that you can go to the website. You know how the nomination process works, right? Basically, if you want to become a permanent resident, that you apply, they issue you a nomination letter and say you can use that letter to apply for a work permit right away. There is a good chance that you're going to be requiring the language test and all of that if you're doing the nomination. However, if you're doing just the work permit, then you don't need a nomination. Sorry, you don't need an ECA, an English education credential assessment. You don't need a labor market assessment job and all of that. If you want to go through the, let me take this clearly. If you want to go through the permanent resident process first, then you need a nomination letter first before you apply for the work permit. Okay. Now, it's also possible that you can apply for the work permit straight without going through the nomination. With that, you are just coming to work for 2 years, 2 to 3 years. The work permit will allow you to come and work for 2 to 3 years, except that you are not going to become a permanent resident right away. You have to actually complete your work permit. And then whilst doing that, you can now apply for the permanent residence. So there are basically two different ways to look at this. Those who say, you know what, I want to become a nominated candidate by the territory of Yukon to become a permanent resident first, and then I can use that nomination to get a work permit. And those who can say, you know what, maybe I don't have all the time to go write the languages test and all of that. I want to just get the work permit first. They allow you to apply for the work permit without necessarily needing a nomination letter as well. Guys, I'm going to leave all the link here. Remember, it's all about research. The more you spend some time doing research, the more you know. In case you're wondering how I get all this information, I just do research. And when I understand it, I come to present this to you. So if you just have the habit of doing your research a little bit, you can get all of this. Some people might be wondering, but how do I do the research? Canada.ca, www.canada.ca. If you go to this website and then you click on immigration, you'll be surprised at the wealth of information you can get. Sometimes you might need somebody to explain some of them to you. I get it. But just start. Just start and just start. Helping yourself with my videos, not just my videos, videos of other people who have also done videos. Maybe they even explain better than I do. You guys, it's all about us trying to help each other. That's all we are all trying to do, right? And I hope that my video helps you. Even if my video doesn't help you entirely, maybe somebody's video out there might even be much better to explain. But all I want to see is to see you make progress in your own life as well. And I hope you enjoyed this live version. I had intended to do this video much earlier. My daughter just didn't give me the chance when I woke up. I apologize for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have some questions, you can ask them in the comment section. Let me see if I can take some of your questions here. All right. Good day, Etij. Good day, Etij is watching from Abu Dhabi, Dubai. Thank you so much for dropping that message. Okay. Trying to see if I can get some messages here. Kiv Loris is also watching from Benin. Kenneth Ngwoke is watching from the UK. Winifred Agbeshi, you are late, but you haven't missed. Adesina Ahmed, thank you so much for also tuning in. All right, let me see. I'm trying to make this video very, very short. If I do it on my Facebook, you know, it can get longer there. I'm just exploring different ways. Some of you have already liked, 7 of you have liked the video. Thank you. There may be others who may not like it. I also appreciate that. But if you do enjoy this, hit the like button. The like button is right there. You can hit the like button so that it shows that you enjoyed this video. If there is any question, I'd like to take them from here. We talked about Yukon, the fact that Yukon has a small population of 40,000 located in the north. Thank you. 2 more people have liked this. Thank you so much for those of you who are liking it. All right. Is located in the Northwest Territory of Canada. It's a cold place, like I said. So if you're somebody who doesn't like cold weather, this might not be a place for you. 40,000 people. They have communities which are like their cities. Whitehorse is their biggest one. And of course, we said that they have a community pilot program, which is intending to bring people to come and settle there and work there and have their immigration papers there too. You can either go through ways by applying for their Yukon nomination program to get nominated. Then you use a nomination letter to apply for the work permit, or you can decide to go straight through the route of work permit straight, and you can get that as well. All right. Kwame Akuchu, great stuff, bro. God bless you. Eben Blasu here. Thank you so much. Those of you who are dropping and liking, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. All right. What else do we have? Don't worry about the links. I promised you guys, you know how I do it. I'm going to post all the links there. Okay, I'm going to post all the links there. So don't worry at all. Don't worry at all. Okay. What links am I going to be posting? The official link to what I read, official link to all the job site. Go ahead and prepare. Now let's chip in this. Your CV. I promised to do a video. Should I do that in a different video? Okay, I'm going to do that in a different video. Okay, I'm going to do that in a different video. It's going to be on my Facebook. I wanted to do that, but the video is going to get long. You know, some people complain when my videos are longer, right? So I'm going to just summarize this one. I'm going to put the links there. So look out for the links. Come back and check the description section for the links. Follow me on my Facebook as well, Choco Millionaire, if you're not yet there. I'm going to do a video on CV so that you guys can know how to put your CV together and all of that. All right. God bless you. Thanks for watching Choco Millionaire. Remember, you don't need more money. All you need is more wisdom. I pray for wisdom every day. And I pray that the mistakes I make in life will make me wiser. All right. We do not gain wisdom by just living a life of experiences or having a ton of experiences. Our people have been saying that experience is the best teacher. I don't believe in that. I subscribe to the John C. Maxwell philosophy, which says that he says that experience is not the best teacher. Evaluated experience is the best teacher. What does it mean? If you make a mistake or you have an experience and you learn from that experience, then you become a very good student in life. So experience might not be the net best teacher. In terms of people having experience, they have a lot. Some people are not learning. Evaluated means if you learn from your experiences, then it teaches you. So I pray that you get more experience in life, and I pray that you get more wisdom. And then yes, somebody is asking a question. A good day, a God day, is as required if you get Yukon's community. As is required, or the language test is required if you do the nomination first, the territorial nomination, which is like a provincial nomination where they give you the letter. But if you apply straight for the work permit, you will not be needing IELTS. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. The job, will you need an IELTS to get a job? No, you don't need an IELTS. The job, for you to apply for the job, you don't need an IELTS. You just need your resume to apply for the job, and then the employer gives you the job offer. And then when they give you the job offer, that is where you begin to put your documents together to apply. So the job is the most important thing here, guys. Now, notice something. Let me chip in this. They have not also restricted the jobs. I have actually gone to their websites. They didn't even state which kind of jobs. So this is open to anybody. It's open to anybody. It's open to the nurses. It's open to the dentists. It's open to the doctors. It's open to. Remember, we said this territory is not a place that people like to go. Many of us live in Canada. We don't even go there. So this is so open to almost anybody. Okay, no job restrictions. The welders, the truck drivers, the right. So please take advantage of this if you want to. I will share as many as possible. I believe in trying almost everything. You never know which one will work for you. So remember, if it doesn't cost you anything to apply for the job, go ahead and apply and sleep and leave the rest to God. The only time you will be asked to pay money is when you are doing the official application for your work permit or the official application for your territorial nominee program in Yukon. That they will ask you to pay. I believe the fee is about 300 and something dollars if you're applying for the nomination program. Okay, if you want them to nominate you to become a permanent resident, it's about 320 or something dollars there. But to apply for the job is free. So if it is free, I don't see why you are not trying. And I don't see why you're going to complain. Just drop that CV, drop that CV in and sleep. If they give it to you, fine. If they don't give it to you, fine. You see what I mean, huh? All right. Can a person move from, this is from Mrs. Brown, can a person move from Yukon to a different province after working for 2 years? Yes, you can move. I'll recommend you get your permanent resident first, though. I recommend you get your permanent resident there. And then when you get a permanent resident, you can move. Do you see that? Many people don't like that place because of the weather, eh? All right, so I think I answered the question. All right, guys, thanks so much. We want to keep this video short so that it doesn't get too long. I hope you enjoyed it. God bless you. This is Chocolate Millionaire. We don't need more money in this world. Money is good, but we don't need more money. You know what we need? More wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. Okay? All right, I'll see you on Facebook. Have a good day. Bye bye.